Today is the day you've waited for, dreamed about. You sit among the other students in the gym, your palms sweaty, the air thick with tension. This is your shot. This is your chance to escape this forgotten town. The 10th annual elite recruitment drive is underway, but none of the students know what's really at stake. The elites, the idols of the Golden Dragon Nation, heroes, beasts of power, are coming to decide their fates.
But the excitement quickly fades as the military elites enter, not the singers or movie stars everyone had imagined. The room falls silent, disappointment rippling through the students. But there's no time to waste. This is real. This is the moment. The elite soldiers might not be glamorous, but they are the true protectors of the Golden Dragon Nation. You've heard of them before. They're the ones who protect the people from the beasts, the monsters that lurk beyond the borders, the ones you've only heard stories about. You feel the cold, the weight of the moment. The awakened one, that's you. You've been waiting for this day, your heart racing. But this isn't just about excitement, it's about survival. The Crimson Healer comes toward you, a cart full of syringes. The serum, the Mana Awakening Serum, the Divine Serum that will decide if you have what it takes to leave this backwater mining town and join the elite. Will you be someone special, or will you remain just another cog in the wheel? You close your eyes as the Crimson Healer slides the needle into your arm. Pain explodes through your body like 1,000 tiny needles, every cell in your body burning. Something is wrong. This isn't just the usual pain. This feels like your very soul is being torn apart. You gasp for air, but your lungs refuse to take in enough. The agony is unbearable. You can't breathe, you can't move. The world goes dark, and you feel yourself slip into unconsciousness. This is it. You won't make it. You're one of the rare few who will fail. Your body will reject the serum, and you'll die like the others. But then, a faint voice cuts through the blackness. "There you are," the voice says. It's a woman's voice, soft and soothing. "I thought we lost you there for a minute." You blink your eyes open, and pain floods back into your body. The world spins, but you force yourself to focus. The Crimson Healer is smiling down at you, her crimson eyes watching you intently. You're alive, but only just. The world isn't as it was before. You can feel something different inside you, something powerful, something dark. Your body is still shaking from the pain, but your mind is clearer now. The woman with the red eyes steps back, and you slowly look at your arm. You see 3 deep claw marks, like someone scratched you. The pain subsides, and you realize you're not just awake. You've changed. "This is a good sign," she says, and her smile deepens, though it doesn't quite reach her eyes. "You're one of the lucky ones. The serum worked." Her voice is distant now as she walks toward a girl nearby, injecting the next student with the glowing golden serum. The room is filled with a quiet tension as everyone watches. You're different now. The marks on your arm aren't just scars. They're your legacy. The Crimson Healer's crimson eyes meet yours once more. You've been chosen. Welcome to the Golden Dragon Nation's future. But it's hard to believe her words when your body still feels like it's being torn apart. You're not sure what this means, but you know this is only the beginning. Whatever the serum has awakened in you, it's only a taste of the chaos that lies ahead. You're not dead. At least you don't feel dead. Your body is still shaking, and every breath you take feels like the sharp sting of 100 needles in your chest. But your mind is clearer now, sharper. You feel the heat seeping into your skin, the strange energy that's now pulsing beneath your flesh. You glance down at your forearm. The claw marks are still there, but they're different now. They're no longer just shallow scratches. The marks are deeper, more pronounced, like they've been carved into your skin, but there's no wound, no blood. The marks are glowing faintly, like they're alive. Your heart races. You don't understand this. How can this happen? You were supposed to be one of the failed ones. The pain, the burning, it was supposed to kill you. But instead it's done something else. Something that feels different. Something powerful. The Crimson Healer watches you, her red eyes gleaming with something satisfaction. Pity? You've awakened. The word lingers, cool and unclear. You have no time to ask why. The markings respond with a faint glow, as if recognizing something newly present. It's subtle but real, like a doorway gently opening. And then, stillness, but she turns from you, already walking toward the exit. Your training will begin soon. The sanctum will show you the rest. For now, conserve your strength. You've crossed the threshold. Most never do. The door closes behind her with a soft click. Silence wraps around you again, but it's no longer the same room. The air feels denser now, charged. The marks on your arm still pulse faintly, like distant echoes of a drum you've only just begun to hear. You stare at them. What do they mean? What are they linked to? What have they made possible? Your thoughts swirl, but one thing rises through the confusion: you can't ignore it. You have to face it. You stand slowly, your limbs still adjusting to the change. Your fingers flex and you feel it something coiled, powerful, no longer dormant. Your heart quickens as you reach out, testing. Energy tingles across your skin. The air around you shifts like a breeze stirred from nowhere. This is it. This is the first step. The voice of the Crimson Healer echoes in your thoughts. It's your decision now. You clench your fists, drawing in a steady breath. You're determined to understand what's happening to master it. One way or another, you'll find the answer. There it is again, that strange ripple. Subtle at first, a hum at the edge of awareness. It doesn't hurt, but it's hard to ignore. Your focus sharpens. Something is shifting inside you, quietly, gradually. Your head feels light for a moment, as though your thoughts are being stretched in a new direction. You hold your ground, eyes narrowing as your senses sharpen. Then, the world clears. Suddenly, you can see farther, clearer. Shapes in the distance that shouldn't be visible become distinct. A shimmer of motion across the courtyard. The movement of leaves far beyond the window. It's like your vision has expanded. You hold your breath, surprised but steady. Whatever this is, you're adjusting to it. The moment steadies. The sharpness fades slightly, becoming something you can manage. Not overwhelming now, just present. Your gaze drops to your hands. The patterns faintly glowing on your arm aren't painful. They simply remain, humming with a quiet presence. Something about them feels significant, but not alarming. You pick up the sword from the drawer. It fits easily in your grip, not heavy, not foreign. The moment you hold it, something aligns. A sense of balance runs through your arms, like your movements are being guided by instinct. You give it a swing. It moves faster than expected, and your muscles lag slightly behind. Not perfectly controlled yet, but the motion lands where you aimed. That's enough to make you pause. You adjust your stance and try again. This time, the arc is smoother. The blade glides forward with a firm precision. When it stops, the distant wall vibrates ever so slightly, dust falling from the stones. You did that. You lower the weapon, your arms slightly fatigued, but your resolve stronger than before. You steady your breath. The sword feels different now. Not just something you hold, it responds. Every movement flows more cleanly. The balance is easier to maintain. You try again. A step forward, a shift in your shoulder, another swing. The room responds to the motion. The air itself bends slightly, reacting to the flow. There's a vibration in the hilt, but it's stable now. Controlled. You move with it. The sword glides through space, following your rhythm. Your steps are lighter, your reactions faster. Each motion carries more intent. The strain on your muscles remains, but it no longer slows you. You're learning how this works, not with force, with precision. Your movements now are smoother, more deliberate. The sword isn't simply a tool, it's becoming part of how you move, how you respond. You pause, standing tall again. The energy hasn't gone, it's still there. But now it listens to you. You're not finished, but this is a start, and it's yours to shape from here. Then you stop. The room feels too small for you now, the walls pressing in as if trying to contain you. But you can't be contained anymore. Not by walls, not by rules, and definitely not by your own doubts. You know this now. You're not just a student anymore. You're something more, something powerful. But there's still something missing, something that calls to you from deep within your soul. You lower the sword, your heart still racing from the sheer exhilaration of the power coursing through you. The fight isn't over. Focus, you whisper to yourself. You're close, but you need more. The sword is only one piece. There's another piece inside you, another ability. You can feel it, like a storm brewing in your mind. You close your eyes, focusing on that sensation, the heat swirling inside you. You've already unlocked a fragment of it. The blade was just the start. You need the rest, and that's when it hits. Your mind clears for a moment, and in that stillness, you feel it a sudden shift, like the sky after a storm, when everything calms before the next wave. The supersight you used before is back, stronger now. You can see beyond the walls, beyond the room. Your vision sharpens, and everything comes into focus. You can see the smallest movements, even the tiniest flicker of energy in the air. You see everything, the dust floating in the air, the faint pulse of the room's magic, the hidden connections between the objects in front of you. This is it. You've unlocked another piece of yourself, but it's not enough. You need more. You push the limits, extending your senses further. You feel it, the connection, the bond to something greater. The magic in the air isn't just in you. It's everywhere. It pulses around you like a heartbeat. A rhythmic force that you can feel in your core. It's calling to you. You raise the sword once more, your vision sharp and clear, the power surging through you as you strike again. Rend. The blade slices through the air with the force of 100 storms, the sensation of cutting through the fabric of the world itself. The power you've unlocked is vast, almost too much to control, but you can control it. You have to. You will master this. You bring the sword down again, this time with more confidence, more control. Rend. the energy releases from the sword, crackling through the air, making the walls vibrate. The impact is immense, the room shaking with the force of it. You can feel the sword hum with power, responding to your will, to your mastery. But you can't stop now. The training has just begun, and you've only scratched the surface. The days blur together as you immerse yourself in training, but the constant feeling of power of change is always with you. Every morning feels like a fresh start, a new opportunity to test your limits. You wake up, your muscles sore from the previous day's combat practice, but your mind sharp and focused. You're no longer the person who walked into the academy. You've changed. Every movement you make is calculated now. Every step feels different, lighter, stronger. You know you've only scratched the surface of your potential, but there's more to be done, more to unlock. The sword feels like an extension of your body, the magic no longer a foreign force, but a part of you. Your mind races as you continue to train, searching for new ways to push yourself. Every strike, every movement is a test, a challenge to yourself. You want more. You need more. Today, you're training with the other elite students in a simulated combat environment. The air is thick with the tension of competition, every fighter eager to prove themselves. You step into the arena, your heart pounding in your chest. Your body hums with anticipation. Your first opponent is a young man, tall and broad-shouldered, with the aura of a natural-born, the battle-hardened warrior. He smiles at you, confident. He doesn't know what's coming. The fight begins, and his first move is a flurry of strikes, each blow coming at you faster than you can react. You block, parry. But it's clear that he's skilled, dangerously skilled. His strikes are heavy, precise, his movements fluid and practiced. You're forced on the defensive, but you feel the heat rise within you, that familiar surge of power from the claw marks on your arm. The energy inside you wants to be released. You dodge another strike, and in that moment, it happens. The sword feels weightless in your hand as you swing it with an explosive crack, catching him off the silent protector. You press forward, every muscle in your body focused, and the energy flows through you like a river breaking its banks. The blade cuts the air with a shriek, slamming into his weapon with enough force to knock him back. He stumbles, his confidence shattered, and before he can recover, you're on him. Rend you strike. The impact is clean, controlled, and you feel it. The power inside you, the magic, the raw energy, it all comes together in one moment. You've mastered it. You've surpassed yourself. He falls to the ground, gasping for air, unable to move. You stand over him, your heart racing, your breath ragged. But the excitement doesn't last. The victory feels hollow. You can't stop, not yet. You've beaten him, but you know you can do better. You must do better. The following weeks are a blur of training, exams, and interaction with your peers. But there's something different about the Academy's methods. It's not just about physical prowess, it's about strategy, tactics, and how well you can think under pressure. The pressure builds with each new challenge. Your body aches, but your mind is sharper than ever. You sit in your first academic test, the papers before you filled with complicated equations and magical theory. The knowledge in these books is vast, overwhelming, and foreign. But something clicks inside you as you focus on the words. You've learned more than you realized. It's not just the power in your body, but the knowledge in your mind that will separate you from the rest. Your mind races, piecing together the information, the magic formulas you learned in your first weeks. You work quickly, your hands moving across the paper with fluidity. The answers come to you with ease, the magic making sense in ways it never did before. You're not just learning magic, you're becoming magic. But the test isn't over yet. You know that. The true challenge of the Academy isn't in these walls. It's in the combat tests, the practical application of everything you've learned. Later that afternoon, you find yourself on the training grounds again, facing a new opponent. This time, it's not a student, it's the grizzled instructor. The grizzled instructor, a grizzled veteran, holds his sword with ease. His stance is firm, his eyes cold and calculating. He's been here longer than you, and his power is palpable. You've made progress, the grizzled instructor says, his voice gruff. But this is where you find out just how far you've come. You feel the blood rush to your head, your heartbeat thundering in your chest. You raise your sword, the grip cold in your hand, but the energy is already rising within you. The fight begins, and every muscle in your body reacts without hesitation. The grizzled instructor moves first. A lightning-fast strike aims straight at your chest. You feel the power surge in your arms as you deflect the blow, stepping to the side. He doesn't pause, his movements flowing seamlessly into another series of attacks. You're on the defensive, but not for long. You move faster now, your body in sync with the sword. The blade becomes an extension of yourself. The power surges again, and you strike quick, sharp, relentless. Your attack forces the grizzled instructor back, his eyes widening in surprise. For a moment you think you've won, but he recovers instantly, launching another wave of attacks. But this time, you're ready. You don't just react, you anticipate. Every strike, every motion You predict it before it happens. The energy inside you feels infinite now, and you're finally in control. You launch forward, the sword cutting the air with crisp precision, landing a hit that makes the grizzled instructor stumble. He doesn't back down, but the fight shifts in your favor. You press forward, your speed and power overwhelming his defenses. The clash of your blades echoes in the air, but it's your heartbeat you hear above all. And then, with one final strike, you knock his sword from his hand. The grizzled instructor stares at you, a slow smile spreading across his face. "You've done it," he says, nodding in approval. "You've passed the test, but this is only the beginning." You've faced your first trial, but the road ahead is far from clear. The magic inside you stirs, restless and demanding. Each step you take brings you closer to something much bigger, something more dangerous. The Academy's true trials have just begun. The gates of the Golden Divine Academy lie just ahead, but the air around you feels heavy. The train's announcement cuts through the tense silence, telling you to prepare for disembarkation. Your heart pounds in your chest, anticipation coursing through your veins. This isn't just another step. This is everything. You pack the snacks you scavenged from the train's kitchen, throwing them into your backpack along with the spare uniforms and shoes. The black metal gauntlets slip on easily, the sharp claws glinting in the morning light. You hang the short sword from your hip. You're ready. Or at least you tell yourself that. There's no rule saying you can't carry more than one weapon. You weren't reprimanded when you practiced with them, so you'll be fine. The train comes to a halt, and the world shifts. You hear that the silent protectors announce that you've reached the stop before the academy, and the students are ushered out one by one. The door opens with a dull groan as you step out into the narrow corridor, feeling the ground shake under your boots. You breathe in deep. The air smells fresh, strangely fresh, like trees and flowers. No dust here, no grime from the mines. It feels different. And you can feel it, the magic of the academy, like a tingle in your bones, warning you that this place isn't like anything you've known. You step off the train, your boots sinking slightly into the soft ground. It's quiet at first, just the wind rustling the grass. You notice other students trickling out behind you, all of them too tired to speak, their bodies worn out from their first day of practice and lack of sleep. The silent protector steps forward again, raising his voice to get your attention. "Welcome to Golden Divine Academy," he says, his tone official. "As part of your initiation, you will walk the grounds to the front gates. This tradition has been carried on for generations. Only those who make it through will begin their new lives as awakened elites." The words rattle through your mind. You're not just walking to the gates. This is a test, and you feel it in your gut. The students are still confused, but you feel a strange calm wash over you. You know this is just the beginning. The silent protector warns, "Be careful, the grasslands look empty, but it's not always as it seems." You don't know what to expect, but you know this. You're not afraid. The moment you step into the grassy field, you feel it, the weight of the trial, pressing down on your shoulders. The vast open space before you should feel freeing, but it's anything but. The earth mice begin to stir in the tall grass, their small figures darting between the blades, but you're not worried. Not yet. "Stay close," you say, rallying the others. Your voice is steady despite the tension winding its way through your chest. You can feel the wind brush against your skin, but something in the air feels wrong. Every step you take feels heavier, the ground beneath you sinking just a little bit more with each movement. Your body knows there's danger here. Without warning, the first rock flies from the grass. It whizzes past your head with a sharp hiss. A warning. You feel your instincts kick in, every nerve in your body snapping to attention. A second rock comes. You swat it away easily with your gauntlet, your fingers feeling the weight of the power inside you, burning, restless. Another rock. Ding, another flick of your wrist. Zing. You feel the magic surge again, the wind howling in your ears as the first earth mouse falls. Then another crack, another arc of energy cutting through the air. More coming, you warn the others, already moving toward the next wave of incoming rocks. They're fast, the mice, their claws sharp as they hurl stones with deadly precision. Your sword feels like it belongs to you now, each movement a fluid extension of your will. Your gauntlets hum with power, ready to strike. A sudden rush of energy makes you move before your mind can catch up. Your body reacts, a flurry of motion, and you're on the next mouse before it can move another inch. Rend. The magic bursts from your palm, the mouse vanishing into dust before it even reaches its next target. You feel the surge inside you, the hunger growing. Every strike, every movement is like a spark igniting a fire. And soon, you're unstoppable. The remaining mice scatter, but you know the danger isn't over. You've shown them you're the one in control, but you're just getting started. This isn't just about fighting, it's about survival. The air around you crackles with tension, but you don't let it distract you. The earth mice are retreating, but you can sense the deeper danger lurking. The others are still catching their breath, looking around in confusion. They're not used to this. But you are. You gather them together quickly, your voice steady but commanding. Form up, stay close, we'll move as a group. The uncertain mage steps up beside you, looking uncertain but determined. She's already trying to cast a spell, but it's clear from the way her hands shake that she's exhausted. I can't. You can. You cut her off, your voice firm. Just stay focused. We move forward, together. No one gets left behind. She nods, her eyes flickering with something new. Trust. It's a small victory, but it matters. The battle-hardened warrior, still catching his breath, grips his axe tightly. He's older than the others, more experienced, but he's not a leader. Not yet. That's where you come in. You can see the cracks in their resolve. They need someone to lead them, someone to keep them together when the storm hits. And right now, that someone is you. You gesture for them to follow, your eyes scanning the field ahead. The tall grass shifts in the wind, but there's no sign of movement, for now, anyway. Keep the silent protector up, you warn them, your voice low. The grass hides more than just the mice. Stay alert. With every step, the tension builds. The earth mice are gone, but something else is out there. You can feel it in the pit of your stomach, the gnawing sense that this isn't just a walk to the gates, it's a test. A test to see how far you'll go, how far you'll push. Suddenly, a rustle in the grass. You're the first to react, moving in a blur, your sword already raised. The others follow suit, but they're slower. You're faster, and that's all that matters now. From the grass, vines explode, twisting, reaching for your legs. A plant monster, its roots like living serpents, strikes at you. You don't flinch. You swing your sword, the blade cutting through the first vine with a sharp crack. But more come. More vines, more monsters. They wrap around your comrades, pulling them down, but not you. You move, cutting through the air, dodging and striking. Your gauntlets glowing as they absorb the magic. The power inside you is uncontrollable now. It's like a wave, crashing over you. But you control it, shape it, use it to protect. Over here, you shout, pulling the uncertain mage out of the path of a vine that nearly drags her under. She's shaking, but you don't have time to comfort her. The others need you. The battle-hardened warrior is pinned, his axe useless against the unrelenting vines. You move faster than he can blink, cutting him free with a single slash of your blade. He stumbles back, gasping, but he's alive. That's all that matters. The fight doesn't last long, but it feels like hours. Your muscles ache, your energy waning, but you don't stop. You can't. You can feel the bond forming between you and the others. They're trusting you now. And you'll be damned if you let them down. The last of the vines snap under your blade, and the silence that follows feels heavy. The danger has passed for now, but you know there's more. You've only scratched the surface of what's waiting for you. The uncertain mage is still trembling, but she manages a weak smile. Thanks, she says, her voice shaky. You nod, not slowing down. We keep moving. This isn't over, not by a long shot. You lead the group forward, every step heavy with the knowledge that more danger is waiting. But something's different now. You're no longer just a student on a field trip, you're the leader of this group. And you're starting to understand what that means. The vines, those ferocious beasts, had tested you all. But you've passed the test, barely. You feel the power growing inside you. The magic is becoming part of your blood, part of who you are. And that's a frightening thought. But it's also the key to your survival. As you press on, the air grows colder, and you can feel the tension thickening. The trees ahead are massive, their branches heavy with ancient magic. The gate of the academy looms beyond them, but you can't stop now, not until you're through the gates. The others are following closely behind you, but you can feel the exhaustion in their movements. They're pushing forward, but slowly. You glance over your shoulder at them. They're learning. And that's the most important part. The battle-hardened warrior's strides are stronger now, his grip on his axe steady. The uncertain mage, though still unsure of herself, has cast a protective barrier around the group, her eyes sharp, focused. They're adapting. And you're starting to think you've learned something too. You're not just here to survive the tests. You're here to thrive, to master your magic, your skills, to prove that you belong at the Golden Divine Academy. You're through the gates now, but the moment you step past them, the weight of the academy hits you like a wave. The walls loom high above, towering, unyielding. The stone beneath your feet feels cold, as if it's been here for centuries. And the magic in the air presses on your skin, heavy and suffocating. The other students are still catching up, some looking around in awe. But you don't have time for awe. The academy has no place for weakness. You feel the power inside you growing, uncontrollable. But you're still standing. And that's what matters. You take in the sight of the academy massive stone walls covered in ivy, windows high up, their glass reflecting the sunlight like shards of ice. There's a strange beauty to it, but there's something else too. The air is thick with secrets. You can feel it in your bones. This place is more than just a school. It's a test, a trial that has only just begun. "Follow me," the silent protector says, leading the way to the main hall. His voice is steady, but you can hear the tension behind it. Everyone's on edge here. Even the staff are nervous. The halls inside are dark, the light dim and cold. Everything is old. The walls are adorned with centuries-old tapestries, their colors faded but still haunting. The silence is oppressive. You feel as though you're walking through a forgotten temple rather than a school. It's unsettling. The silent protector stops in front of a large door. It's wood, worn and ancient. "This is where you'll stay," he says. "Each of you will receive your assignments here." You step inside. The room is large, spacious, but it's also cold. You can't shake the feeling that something's off. The walls feel like they're closing in, and the air seems thicker, heavier. A few students have already gathered, their eyes wide as they take in their new surroundings. They're nervous, but you're different. You've already felt the power awakening inside you. You're not here to survive. You're here to prove that you belong. You take a seat, your eyes scanning the room. The others are still murmuring to each other, their words lost in the hum of your thoughts. You don't care about them, not right now. You're thinking about what's coming next. You know this is only the beginning. You've barely scratched the surface of what you're capable of. And you're going to master it. The next few days blur together, the routine of training, studying, and meeting with the other students becoming more familiar. But something inside you doesn't feel right. There's something hidden here. You can feel it, that nagging sensation that won't go away. You've spent enough time exploring the academy's grounds to know the place is more than it seems. The halls are labyrinthine, twisting and winding in ways that don't make sense. The rooms seem to stretch on forever, and the whispers you hear in the shadows only make it worse. One night, after a particularly grueling training session, you find yourself wandering the hallways again. It's late, everyone else has retired to their rooms, but you're not tired. Not yet. You pass by the courtyard where you trained earlier, and something catches your eye. A door. It's tucked away, hidden behind a thick tapestry. It's small, almost unnoticeable, but you know it's there. You feel it pulling you. You step toward it, your fingers brushing against the cold wood. The sensation is electric, a sharp jolt of energy that runs through your spine. It's like you're meant to find it. You twist the handle and the door creaks open, revealing a dimly lit room. Inside, the air smells musty, ancient, like dust and forgotten knowledge. The room is small but packed with old books, scrolls piled high in the corners. You feel a chill run down your spine. This room doesn't belong here. It's not part of the academy, you know. As you step inside, your eyes land on something on the desk, a journal. The leather is worn, its edges frayed, but the writing on the front catches your attention. For the chosen. The hairs on the back of your neck stand up. You don't know why, but the words call to you. You walk forward, your hand trembling as you reach for the journal. It feels like it belongs in your hands, like it was waiting for you. You open it, the pages creaking as you turn them. The writing inside is scrawled in ink, hurried and urgent. The words seem to blur, but you can make out a few lines. The power lies in the blood. They must learn to control it, or it will control them. You flip through the pages, your heart racing. What is this? You're drawn deeper into the journal, reading about the Academy's secrets, the hidden powers that flow through the veins of those who've awakened. The book speaks of the chosen, those who are meant to rise above the rest. The last page catches your eye. It's marked with a strange symbol, an eye, the uncertain mage of a clawed hand, similar to the one on your arm. Your heart skips a beat. Is this a clue? Is this your fate? You close the journal quickly, the weight of its words pressing down on you. You don't know what it means yet, but you know this is just the beginning. Something in your gut tells you that you've unlocked a piece of the puzzle, and whatever comes next, you're going to be ready for it. The days leading up to the final test are a blur of endless training, studying, and self-reflection. The pressure is crushing. You know this is the point where everything changes. The final test will determine your future here, and you can't afford to fail. The room is silent when you step in for the final examination. It's larger than any of the rooms you've been in before, cold and clinical. Its walls lined with strange devices and tools. A test of skill, but also of character. The sense of something more hangs in the air. You're not the only one standing here. Other students file in, all of them carrying the same uncertainty. You exchange fleeting glances with some of them, their faces pale, their eyes hollow. They're just as scared as you are. A tall man in black robes steps forward, his eyes sharp and cold. You've seen him before, in the halls, observing you and the others. Today, he says, his voice cutting through the tension, you will be tested. Your combat abilities, your magic, but most importantly, your ability to adapt under pressure. The words hang heavy in the air. and you feel the weight of them pressing against your chest. You face the monsters, the trials, but this test feels different. It feels final. The test begins, and you are pitted against the other students, one-on-one. It's a battle for survival, and you know the stakes. You've trained for this. You've felt the power growing inside you. But now it's time to see if you can control it. The first fight is brutal. Your opponent is strong, quick, and skilled. His magic flows through the air with a deadly precision, his movements fast and unforgiving. You can feel the magic crackling in the air as you deflect his attacks, your energy humming as you parry and strike. But it's not enough. The pressure is mounting. You're holding your ground, but just barely. You can feel the power stirring inside you, but it's unstable, untamed. And then, just as you're about to be overwhelmed, it clicks. The energy floods your body, surging outward in a controlled burst. You move faster than you ever have before. Each strike is clean, calculated, and with devastating force. Your gauntlets glow as they absorb the magic, your sword cutting through the air with surgical precision. The fight ends with a final, decisive blow. You stand over your fallen opponent, panting, your body shaking, but there's no time to rest. The next challenge is already waiting. The rest of the test is a blur of intensity and chaos. The other students are fierce, but you're faster, you're stronger, you're ready. When the final bell rings, you're the last one standing. Your body is bruised, your energy drained, but the exhilaration is undeniable. You've passed. You've proven yourself worthy of the academy. But it's not over. This is only the beginning. You stand tall, your heart pounding in your chest. This is who you are now. The aftermath of the final test is nothing like what you expected. The halls are filled with the buzz of congratulations, students congratulating one another, their faces full of relief and joy. You, however, feel a strange emptiness in your chest. You've made it. You've passed. But something is missing. As the other students celebrate, you slip away into the courtyard. The stars above are bright, the moon full. The silence here is different from the tension inside the academy. It's peaceful, almost calming. But there's a storm inside you. You've changed. The power inside you is a constant reminder that you're no longer just a student. You're something more. And while the others are celebrating, you know this is just the beginning. A voice breaks the silence. It's the Crimson Healer, the one who injected you with the serum. She steps out from the shadows, her eyes watching you with an intensity that's unsettling. You've done well, she says softly. But there's more to this academy than you realize. The real test has only just begun. Her words send a chill down your spine. What does she mean? The following weeks pass in a whirlwind of new challenges, training sessions, and tests, but something inside you continues to itch. You've been accepted into the Golden Divine Academy, but there's a weight that hangs over you now. The Crimson Healer's words echo in your mind. The real test has only just begun. The Academy's lessons have begun to shift in tone. The first few days were filled with magic, swordplay, and tactical drills. But now, they've added something else: secrets. The whispers in the halls grow louder, more urgent, and you can feel the tension hanging in the air. Students no longer speak openly, their faces drawn and tense. It's as if something darker is moving beneath the surface of the academy. You've seen the looks that the grizzled instructors give each other when they think no one is watching. The way their eyes shift nervously when they think you're not paying attention, and the sudden odd silences in class. They don't trust you. They don't trust anyone. And neither do you. A part of you wonders whether you belong here. It's not just the power awakening inside you or the claw marks on your arm that set you apart from the others. It's the feeling that something is wrong, something is hidden, and you've got to find it. And late one night, you slip out of your dorm room unable to sleep, your thoughts racing with possibilities. You don't know why you're doing this. Maybe it's the restlessness inside you, or maybe it's the weight of the secrets you've overheard. But you're going to find out what's really going on. You make your way through the darkened halls, careful to avoid patrolling the silent protectors. The academy feels different at night, empty, almost haunting. You're drawn to the old, unused wing of the academy, a place you've never been allowed to explore. The doors creak open as you step inside, your heart pounding. You're not sure what you're looking for, but you know something is here. The air smells musty, the walls covered in ivy and dust. You push deeper into the dark corridor, and then you see it. A door tucked away behind a tapestry, its edges barely visible in the shadows. This is it. You know it before you even touch the handle. This is where the mystery begins. The door opens with a low creak, and you step inside. The room is small, dimly lit by a single flickering candle. It's filled with books, scrolls, and papers scattered across the floor. But it's not the mess that draws your attention. It's the strange symbols etched into the walls, symbols you've never seen before, their meaning just out of reach. They feel familiar, like something from a distant dream. You step further in, your fingers brushing the edges of the papers. The writing is old, ancient, and it speaks of forbidden magic. Power, dark power. The words send a chill down your spine, but you can't stop. Your eyes are drawn to the book on the table, the one that seems to call to you, its pages yellowed and worn. You open it, and your hands tremble as you read the first line. The bloodline awakens the power. The chosen must claim it, or it will claim them. The meaning is clear. This is about you, the chosen, the one who survived the serum. You feel a surge of fear, a wave of uncertainty that crashes over you. What does this mean? What is the Academy hiding? A faint sound behind you makes you turn, and you freeze. The shadows shift as a figure steps from the corner of the room, their face obscured by a hood. The air grows colder, and a deep, unsettling voice fills the room. "You shouldn't be here," the voice says, its tone low and calm, but full of menace. You've seen too much. You take a step back, your body tense. There's no escape now. The secret is out. And so is your fate. The figure steps closer, the tension thick in the room, and they raise a hand. You're in danger. The Academy has been watching you. You've been marked. Marked? You can feel your pulse quicken, your mind racing as you try to process the words. What does this mean? What does the Academy really want? There's no turning back now, the figure whispers, as if reading your thoughts. They won't stop until they have what's theirs. A loud bang shakes the room, and the walls tremble. Your heart races as the figure vanishes into the shadows, leaving behind only a chill and the unsettling feeling that everything has changed. You stand there, frozen. The book slips from your hands, falling to the ground with a heavy thud. The battle is far from over. Each victory brings new questions, new challenges. The power you've awakened is only the beginning, and the darkness you must face now is unlike anything you've encountered before. The real test begins now. The gates of the Golden Divine Academy stand wide open before you, but something feels wrong. The air here is thick, heavier than you expected. The ground beneath your feet trembles again, sending a shiver down your spine, a warning. The test has already begun. You step forward, your boots crunching against the cobblestone path, the sound ringing loud in the eerie silence. The other students around you are hesitant, their faces tense, eyes darting to the towering walls of the Academy. But you aren't like them. You've already survived the field, the Earth's trial. Now you're here to prove yourself. The path leading to the entrance seems endless, stretching far into the distance, the gates looming larger with each step. The weight of the Academy presses against you, its very presence an unspoken challenge. You can hear the faint hum of magical energy in the air, an undercurrent that vibrates against your skin. It's a pulse constant, steady, and invasive. You feel it in your chest, a reminder that you're not here just to study. This is where you'll rise or fall. The first test isn't written in books, it's alive. The students around you start to speak, murmuring amongst themselves, but the air is still thick with uncertainty. Fear. It's almost palpable. Ahead of you, a group of upperclassmen waits, watching silently. They stand like statues, their posture rigid, their eyes sharp. They see through you. Their judgment is silent but oppressive. They don't need to speak. Their presence alone is a test. They're the gatekeeper of trials. A woman in black robes steps forward, her gaze piercing. She doesn't smile. She doesn't need to. You've made it this far, but the real test starts now. You don't respond. Words seem futile here. This is the moment, the beginning of your trial, where the true path to power lies. She waves her hand, and suddenly the ground shifts beneath your feet. The stones rumble, and then, before your eyes, the ground splits open. It's not a crack or a gap, it's a chasm, a deep, dark void that seems to stretch to infinity. The air is cold now, the temperature dropping instantly, sending a shiver down your spine. This is the chasm of trials, she explains, her voice calm, almost too calm. You must cross it to reach the Academy's heart. There are no shortcuts. Only those who can conquer it will truly earn their place. You can feel the unease in the students around you. Some hesitate, glancing nervously at the chasm. They want to turn back. You can see it in their eyes. But you know better. You've faced worse. Without a second thought, you step forward. Your foot touches the edge of the chasm, and the ground beneath you shudders. The air thickens with magical pressure, but it doesn't stop you. The challenge is here. It's a test of your resolve, your strength, and your ability to adapt. A spark ignites within you. The energy inside you, from the serum, from the claw marks on your arm, it surges, pushing you forward. You feel the power grow, building up with each step you take. And then the first trial begins. The moment your foot steps into the chasm, the ground beneath you shifts, and a gust of wind slams into you, sending you tumbling forward. You don't panic, you're fast. You roll, regaining your balance in an instant. But it's not over. The wind doesn't stop, it intensifies. The air presses against you like a physical weight, pushing you back toward the edge. Your body strains as you fight against the invisible force, but you can feel the energy, the raw, chaotic magic of the chasm. It's like a force trying to hold you back. But you won't be stopped. The wind picks up speed, a storm now, howling and furious, but you push forward. Your muscles burn, but the magic flows through you, amplifying your strength. You raise your hands, the gauntlets crackling with energy, and, with a single command, the wind stops just like that. The air calms, the wind fades, and the chasm ahead begins to shift slowly, but surely a path clears, like the earth itself is reacting to your will. You've done it. You've conquered the first trial. You've earned this moment. The gatekeeper of trials watches you silently, her expression unreadable. You don't need her approval. You've already proven to yourself that you belong here. This is just the beginning. You've passed the first test, but the real challenge is just beginning. The path ahead is still shrouded in mystery, the air thick with unspoken tension. You've earned your place here, but that's only part of it. The Academy doesn't give second chances. Fail now and you'll disappear, just like the ones who never returned. The wind is still harsh against your skin, the air colder than before. You step back onto solid ground, your feet firm against the shifting stones. You feel the power surge again, the magic that was once foreign now flowing like a natural part of you. Your gauntlets hum with energy as you cross the threshold into the next phase of the trial. The gatekeeper of trials watches, her eyes sharp, but you barely notice. You're not focused on her, you're focused on the path ahead, what comes next. Before you can move forward, the ground shudders again, and the chasm before you seals up, closing the way behind. The gatekeeper of trials' voice cuts through the silence. This is your true trial. So, she declares, her words echoing in the space around you. The arena awaits. The arena. The words sink in slowly, and a chill runs down your spine. You've been through physical tests before, but nothing like this. The ground beneath you trembles again, and suddenly the earth cracks open, revealing a massive pit, a fighting arena. You step forward, your heart pounding. You're not ready to face what's in there, but you don't have a choice. The moment you step into the arena, the temperature drops even further, and the air grows thick with a strange pressure. It's suffocating. You feel the magic everywhere, swirling around you like a storm just waiting to explode. The sounds of the crowd reach your ears, faint but clear. You're not alone. The Academy's students are watching, observing you, waiting. Out of the shadows steps a figure tall, imposing, and wrapped in black armor. The air crackles with magic, and you can feel it. This isn't just another student. This is someone who's seen countless battles, someone who's been trained to kill. This is your first real test, and you know, deep down, it won't be easy. The opponent raises his weapon, an obsidian black spear, the tip gleaming in the low light. He doesn't speak, doesn't need to. His stance says it all. He's here to fight. And you're here to survive. Your muscles tighten, your breath shallow. You're not sure if you're ready for this fight, but your instincts scream that this is it, the moment where you prove everything. You're not backing down. He lunges, faster than you expected, the spear slicing through the air like lightning. You barely dodge, the tip grazing your side. Pain explodes where it hits, but you push it down. This fight isn't about your wounds, it's about survival. Your sword feels light in your hand, but your movements are sluggish, still not used to the intensity. You swing, but he's already moving again. His spear striking at your defenses with deadly accuracy. You're outmatched. For a moment, panic rises in your chest, the pressure, the magic pressing against you like an invisible weight. You know you're not fast enough to match him in raw combat, but you're not just here for physical strength. You've got magic. You've got power. Your gauntlets hum again, the energy building, ready to burst. With a growl, you raise your hand, and the earth beneath you shudders. You feel the magic coursing through you, the raw power, and for the first time, you understand how to wield it. You push the energy outward, and the ground erupts beneath your feet. Rocks fly into the air, creating a barrier between you and your opponent. The soldier staggers back, surprised. That's all you need. In that brief second, you swing your sword with everything you've got. The magic flows through it, amplifying your strike. The blow lands clean, swift, and with all the power you've gathered. The opponent stumbles, his spear knocked from his hands. Victory feels bittersweet as he falls to his knees, gasping for breath. You stand over him, your chest heaving, but your eyes are sharp. You've won. But this fight, this isn't the end. The crowd watches in silence, but it's not their approval you're looking for. You've proven to them, but more importantly, you've proven to yourself. You're not the same person who walked through those gates. You're a fighter. And this is only the beginning. The battle is over. The soldier lies on the ground, breathing heavily, his defeat evident in the bruises marking his body. But this isn't the end. You've passed the first test, but what follows will be even harder. The pressure weighs heavily on your shoulders. You've done well. But there's no time to rest. You can feel the others behind you, the other students, unsure of their place in this academy. They watch you, their gaze is heavy with expectation, but you don't care. You're not here to impress them. You're here to prove something to yourself. The academy isn't just a school, it's a battlefield, and every test is a step toward your survival. You feel the power growing inside you, wild, untamed, dangerous. You need to harness it, control it, or it will consume you. The gatekeeper of trials steps forward again, his voice cutting through the tense air. Now, you must learn to fight together, he says. Surviving on your own will not be enough here. You must learn to rely on your comrades, your allies. Only then will you stand a chance. You look around, your eyes scanning the faces of the students. They're all different, some strong, some weak. But you know that they are your only chance at surviving what's to come. You need to work with them. You need to unite them. Form up, you order, your voice clear and strong. We work together from here on out. If we don't, we'll fail. They hesitate at first, but then, slowly, they start to move. You see them fall into line, to the battle-hardened warrior with the axe beside you, to the uncertain mage with her staff at the rear, her hands trembling but her eyes focused.